Okay, welcome everyone to our Light Talk program. This is my fifth or sixth time trying to record this video. I'm still trying to figure this one out. It happened to be just a monitoring cam rather than a PC-based cam where you can Skype and do all this stuff. But I like the HD quality of the graphics that is showing up on the screen. So I'm still hanging on to this one. So we're recording this after a long time. And yes, my voice sounds interesting. I'm having an interesting cold. I traveled by road for 9 or 10 hours, and right in front of my face there was a blower, and it did the trick. A part of me really didn't want to show up like this, but I thought, why not? Why not to come up in an exposed format, in a vulnerable format, and be comfortable with it, right? So let's move into our questions. This is a question from one of my Facebook friends. She writes, all of my existence I have never been able to worship any deity. All I feel is just oneness and respect for all avatars of the Almighty. I do abide by the practice of Jainism as they have scientific sense, not following the fancy ways of indulging in God's praise that has caused me a lot of rebel from traditions in the society. Society can sometimes make you feel like an alien. Oh, of course. Is it alright to just believe in one supreme power and not worry about it millions of names? Absolutely. At the same time, I would recommend that you move beyond the believing phase and drop into the knowing phase. By knowing God, by knowing yourself, and when you do regular meditation practices, you just know it. It's not that you believe in your hand. You know your hand. You don't believe in your hair. You know your hair. Right? She further writes, if God had really so wished, He would have inscribed all of His praises in her head at birth, isn't it? Of course, God really respects our free will, wants us to return to Him in a free will format rather than any kind of force. She writes, why do we follow this extravaganza without reason? Why is this kind of worship so popular in the world? Most people are almost robotic when they come to places of worship. Why can't they find their God in the silence of their own homes and mind and simply closing their eyes? You see, every pathway is correct. There's nothing wrong with the quote-unquote ways of people wanting to connect with God energy. And as much as temples and buildings and symbols and paintings and images and idols are required, for some it is not required. It's just the way. It's just a personal, unique way. You are not living a lifestyle like your mother. You're not living a lifestyle like your father. Although a lot of it is inspired from, but not exactly as how your parents lived their life or what they believe life to be. So in order to connect with God, all that is source energy, we all have our ways, and every way got to be respected. The moment we think that our way is the only way, our way is the most superior way, that's where the trouble comes in, that's where the separation comes in, and that's where we drop away from the frequency of love. So a lot of people can find God by closing their eyes. But yes, especially in the beginning, it is required to have a particular image, to have a particular tradition, if you would even say, to connect with the source energy. And she further writes, and why would the Almighty make connecting with Himself condition-based, like wasting rice, coconuts, etc., etc.? God, all that is totally unconditional, yet very impersonal. Unconditional, yet impersonal. So, yes, from one point of view, it does occur like a waste when we're offering clothes to the shrines or milk to the temples and things like that. But they have their own occult reason behind them. And for that I would not like to discuss for now. But all I would say is, be in the field of love, be tolerant, be accepting, be allowing of other people's pathways. And that's it. Alright? So that's about it, everyone. Thank you for joining in. This is Narmada Akshat signing off, and hope to see you soon without the cold. Okay.